family promised they would protect the guests within the dreamscape, but I witnessed a group of The family needs to provide a reasonable explanation.
It appears the good sir has seen many great events. And it's true that an uninvited guest has unexpectedly entered the dreamscape. However, their target is not the ordinary guests, but the ambassadors of the IP.
Miss Robin, I know the Bloodhound family has already sealed off the theme park, and the family can try their best to protect their reputation. But as a guest...
But as you can see, sir, no innocent bystanders were affected in this incident. Perhaps the dreamscape is not as perfect as promised, but there's no place safer than dreams under the family's rule. I believe you know this better than I do. If this incident happened in real life, how many people would be able to walk away from it?
I could stay here, but keep in mind, guests come to Penacony to enjoy the dreamscapes. They do not wish to be entangled in a conflict between the family and the IPC, so let's...
Of course. With the Charmony Festival about to commence, we will spare no effort in our preparations. Rest assured...
You've had quite a bit to do.
Hello. May I ask what happened here?
Nothing to be worried about. There's been a small rehearsal mishap at Clock Studios theme park.
Hey, are you a fool? You don't even recognize Miss Robin? Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm sorry. I've just been transferred to the Bloodhound family.
Hey, don't sweat it. You guys have a tough job.
Oh, we've sealed off the theme park. Most guests are used...
Rest assured, Miss Robin will intensify our patrols to ensure that no incidents occur.
I trust you guys. But...
well...
Actually, I was there shortly after it happened. Is it true that the IPC's ambassador...
Miss Robin?
Thank you all for your loyalty towards the family. The planet of festivity, of course the family did not agree. The result of the failed negotiation...
No wonder. So this is the main reason why the IPC staff are banned from entering the dreamscape. Did they...
Don't worry. Mr. Sunday is currently tracking his whereabouts, and he'll have something to show for it soon. However, given the situation, the IPC surely won't let this go easily.
Please be assured, Miss Robin, we take our orders seriously. We won't let those IPC cronies get away with this.
Thank you for your hard work. If there are any other members who still feel uneasy, this is a small gift prepared by the Iris family for the guest.
I can't believe I received a gift from Miss Robin.
If trouble comes knocking on our door, we're not afraid to...
Miss Robin?
I didn't expect to meet a fan.
I can't believe I'm actually meeting the real Rob.
Preparation is important, but the ceremony is regarding the recent mishap.
But, plus I met that generous
Everyone, please do not panic.
Even if you say so, Miss Robin.
Some people just never listen, do they?
Miss Robin?
Still, I suppose I...
Huh? What?
Here, take this, little guest. Make sure to take good care of it. You never know. Something very exciting.
We're back to where it all began. You entered the golden hour from this place. And it is a pleasure to journey alongside you once more. I'm sorry. I know you have many questions. Do you remember when we encountered death in that strange dreamscape? In that instant before it killed me? I saw the reflection of another dream, so following the clues in the script, I came up with some theories about the meme. That That's why I instructed Silverwolf to issue invitations. I intended to call upon death before you arrived. To solve the riddle using more direct means. And then invite you to join. However, it is how you see now. I was impaled by the bladed wings of death. The heavy pressure of concentrated memoriam, but after the momentary numbness subsided, I was still alive. And it was just as I thought. I had arrived at a place starkly different from this, and so then I returned to the hotel in the dreamscape, hoping to tell you of its existence. Yet, and after, all my attempts proved futile. It wasn't until not long ago when a crimson, and that's it, that is all that's happened so far. I know it's tough to believe all this without reservations. Now, let's leave. Take a deep breath and visualize the dreamscape's outline in your heart. 3, 2, 1. Don't be afraid. The one who is... I never knew you could do this. Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
That is...
Why? Because this is Japella, the city of sins?
No, it's nothing. I'm just thinking that you haven't slept in 20 system hours. Are you...
I'm fine. I'll survive.
I'm not so sure about that. Slow down a bit.
Infiltration is over. Feel free to activate Sam anytime you'd like.
There's still some time before the next part of the script unfolds. Let me stay. Such a long tunnel.
In half a system hour, it will lead us to Kafka. And then comes the downfall of the...
Is that also...
It's in your script, too.
Sorry.
Their destiny won't change just because of your selective ignorance. I told you before. It's a bad habit.
What about you, then? Is this the moment you finally find the death?
As always, it's a blank slate. It's not on this planet.
Because I'm currently in a car.
This car.
Elio would always say there's only one type of... But before that moment arrived...
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history. That's your next stop.
Land of the Dream.
I hope you find...
Glad to see you're safe and sound.
Close your eyes. This is the answer.
The question that has been perplexing us, does death really exist in the dreamscape, appears to be every emergence of that.
The atmosphere here is starkly different from the whispers of the residents.
It's that man again. Always in the right place at the right time. Himiko and March have already made a move. Get ready. We're about to set off.
The real dreamscape, the land of the exiles. Before we go, should we speak to everyone first?
Keep going straight down this alley, and it'll lead to an elevator. It'll take us to the center of the land of the exiles.
looks good.
What a huge clock. Looks like the watchmaker also left his mark on Dreamflux Reef. Unbelievable. To think there's a settlement of this size within the dreamscape. And all beyond the family's reach. The atmosphere in this fortress is...
When I first saw it, I was in awe too. What's even more bizarre is that this place is also separated into trade and residential area.
Though both dreamscapes have distinct styles, the architectural designs are... But there's no point in overthinking things. Let's meet up with Himiko and the other...
Take a right turn at the end of this road and you'll reach the trade district.
Not coming with us?
The Astral Express likely needs room for some internal deliberation.
Sure. Let's reconnect later. Letting her go was the right decision. Further observations are needed before... Let's go. I'm sure you've already noticed. He's right, the Reverie Hotel's bellboy. We'd better check, just to be sure.
It is perfect for me, and perfectly legal for me to stay.
You're the guest from before.
Hello, Misha. I'm Welt. We met in a dream. Oh,
Tick-tock! Old friend and new...
your, memory?
Nope. Clocky is... How did you two get here?
So, this...
Yep. After my work in the beautiful Dream End.
this... Sleepy... can...
Sleepy is a memory zone meme. Looks fierce and has...
Based on the description, that meme...
Death?
I see.
I see. Mr. Yang? The is it Miss Robin?
Just as I thought. Considering what happened with Miss Firefly...
If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can lead the way. She...
If it's not too much trouble.
Oh, I haven't. But please, how about this? Since it's your first time here and she's gone to Mrs. Grace's to visit...
All right then. We'll, follow your... Well, we now know the answer to both murder cases that have caused such commotion in Penacony. Yes, that's my thinking. Say, you... I can't shake it. Forget it. It's...
Everyone, look!
A black hole?
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in Memoria dynamics. I was just trying to figure out how to explain this huge hole to everyone. I bet you guys have a lot in common with Miss Kami. Look! There she is!
My calculations are finally done. Who are you all?
I'm Kami. See that huge gaping hole? But the scary by constantly improving after 10 system hours.
Please don't worry.
You don't say.
Oh, do you know her too? Or
We're very interested in...
why, of course. She's an excellent scholar of regrettably, due to I came to Penacony to learn. I felt it. This.
Does the name Madame Rosalina... That's right. It...
Miss Katie regularly meant. Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be able to find the others there. Let me go!
Ghost! There's a ghost!
Oh my. I'm human and so are you. There you are. I've been quickly. Come help. I bumped into a member.
Let me go! Let me go!
Well, this is how. Ha ha, you're a regular comedian. He thinks he's dead. Although,
Dear guest,
that's right. Did you hear that? Repeat after me. Dream Flux Wreath.
you're talking to someone invisible.
Stop asking!
You're not.
Don't say that name!
A wheel forged in ice never falters!
Let's improvise.
It'll heal.
Dreams do come true.
A wheel forged in ice never falters! These are devils! I'll crush them all!
In the lunar flame. Blade of moonlight.
Let the show begin!
He passed out. His intense negative emotions attracted the nearby memory zone memes.
I see. But why aren't the other people around here scared?
Unlike in the Sweet Dream, people here don't see memory zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people can easily escape by forcing a wake-up call. But we can't just leave this man here.
We can ask Jessie for help. I've gotten to know many locals while waiting for you guys. Everyone here is living a self-sufficient life. I don't know how to describe it, but this place feels like the real dreamscape.
I knew you couldn't.
Let's see how you handle.
Don't ask where I'm from. The hero's root.
Evening, Jessie.
Welcome, Miss March.
These two are my friends.
There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream. The few remaining havens of freedom in Asdana?
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. Guess it's one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse. This man has had quite the shock.
Hello, Vian.
That must be Robin.
Huh? Rob?
Misha is about to take us.
We met some still. I heard that place. I also heard that when
If that's true, it's no wonder there are so many similarities between this.
Himeko must be gathering information. Let's hurry up and get going.
There have been a lot of new faces.
This is where we split up.
So that's how it is. I never imagined we'd gather the remaining details.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himeko, here.
Ah, perfect timing.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know.
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more... Please, allow me to formally introduce...
Gravekeeper.
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others.
You're too modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stump.
So, on...
They're actually just... but before that, you have...
An important guest? Who could it be?
This way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so watch your step.
I remember when the city was hustling and bustling. Now look at it.
There she is.
Oh, I can't thank you.
It was nothing great. Life must be quite different.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye.
Emma and Andy are. If we compare me and
I'm glad that you found it.
Don't worry, Robin. But you know what? You see, in dreams.
And should our feathers, there's no need to covet and it's a relief to see. It's nice to see you. Ever since I returned to but now it seemed sweet dreams while I was away from Later, the land of the X.
Hearing you speak,
I hate to admit it. It's regrettable. This is not the strong.
Could there be another force, considering what happened with...
Regardless, I must uncover the reason why I've decided to forgo my role.
Look here, brother.
Looks like a bit Charmony doves.
It looks we can.
This place is too
Okay.
I'll ask.
A cage?
Let's see. Oh,
I do.
why?
Even if it's small and birds.
I think she's right.
As you probably know, we've seen this, their ancestor, after countless...
So,
You mean...
Well, that's an idealistic way of...
I think people believe
That's an interesting perspective.
For now,
Well said, kid.
We will take good care of it.
yeah.
And what might that be?
What if should we let them go?
Talking in your sleep, Birdie? You look a little...
I'm still alive?
Yeah. Happy.
Where is Robin?
I knew. Don't worry, your sisters. If I were you...
If you wanted to kill...
So, you figured out who I am, huh?
Choice?
You are aware of my plan. See through my fictionology. Time is running out, so let's drop the charades. I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd cooperate with you?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Penacony. Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine. You don't have to trust me. What you should trust is the sense of justice inside of you.
Show me Robin first.
All right, as you wish. Here she is.
Huh?
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding.
And the crew, too.
That'd be...
This is the monument I mentioned.
Rosalina, and...
When Penacony was known, however, today the planet of festivities is nothing but sweet dreams. That heavy piece of history is all a distant memory. Just like that prison.
If their names are inscribed here, then that means...
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of Memoria, but she never returned. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long enough to witness the arrival of true peace. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect Asdana, Tiernan picked up the way of the Trailblaze again, and led the Letmoth family to explore beyond the system.
The way I'd expected it.
True to the title of...
When Dreamflux Reef was created, here we meet again. Everyone from the Astral Express.
Robin.
I promised to give this...
That sounds sensible enough.
Oh? Is it that obvious?
The look on your face is
Siblings already know what they need to. Before we begin, let me... As Gallagher, the history fictionologist,
History fictional?
Well, don't worry. Almost every...
I double-checked with Micah.
Thank you for your understanding. Well, it all boils down to something...
The Stellaron? But...
You're totally correct. The sweet dream doesn't come to achieve this, and that's not something you can... In Asdana, the planet of festivity...
The planet of
It all started along... The Stellaron first entered. The turning point came after by the time a representative...
And I suppose...
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. Those three eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark, sent out invitations across the universe, spreading the hype around the land of the dreams.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. Think about this. What would it cost to create and maintain such a lavish dreamland? It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits. with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb, becoming nourishment for the sweet dream. Confusion, laziness, and cowardice, weaknesses that plague humanity, were magnified and nourished by the family. Penacony became a new kind of prison, even more impenetrable than the previous one. Sadly, we realized this far too late. By then, the family had a firm grip on Penacony, swiftly quelling any opposition that arose. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster and draw them into Penacony to uncover the truth.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family is bound to reveal themselves.
So, the legacy is just a facade.
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case, where is the Stellaron now?
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers. Are you done talking?
It is the
As I suspected.
As for the person who...
Well, that was you.
Correct. I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been, moreover.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential and brought us to Penacony. But I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. I won't use my voice to support an evil cause. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys Harmony itself, or the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. As the head of the Oak family, I'll fight alongside you.
The enemies you are about to face, since our interests are aligned.
We have always been following...
Yeah, we named... that one...
Rest assured.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
The Charmony Festival.
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations. I may have been quick to...
Huh?
He's the leader of the family.
Maybe you can...
No, that won't do. You're still carrying... As I suspected, if I'm right...
Aventurine.
Remember what I said earlier? If negotiations, the only question mark in...
Good luck to you, Will.
Well, you take...
Spoken like a true, even if the Dream Master...
Don't you have some...
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, if I'm not mistaken.
I've been watching over you, Miss Himiko.
Yes.
And you two, young name...
I don't know much.
As for the last nameless, on his deathbed, he told me to come with me. Now.
Back here again.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say. I've kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train. Don't let us down, old man.
What's happening?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden up ahead. The first and last nameless of Penacony, Mikhail Char Lake.
Is that all? Looks good.
Sure enough, the watchmaker.
The legacy he left behind. After all, when I...
Well,
Wait, seriously? How could a dream...
That old man always had this strange belief in the nameless and the trailblaze. I could never figure out what was going on in that old man's head. That mischief...
Don't think that's the case, Gallagher.
Don't start...
Just as Mikhail believes, there must be some...
Well, that's why...
Can I borrow your pet? It's for Mikhail. And for...
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel.
Greetings. We're the name.
The Astral Express?
Yes, my.
I see, but you're. And you.
Me?
Oh, I see. Since there's a precedent, it shouldn't be. I'm sorry, dear guest.
What do you mean?
My apologies. This is the first time.
How about this?
I'm afraid that's not possible.
How about you just wake up someone?
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules.
So nothing works, huh?
Please be patient.
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you.
It seems.
Fudge.
Please.
I don't think she's trying to give a.
I have a bad feeling.
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave.
Sure thing. Lone Home seems pretty worried about his companions. I should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything.
The Charmony Festival!
Hey!
Well, I didn't...
Well,
Oh, come on!
Well, anyway.
Unsettling.
relax.
Well, looks like I will.
Greetings.
Hello. Do you think there's...
I'm not at present. All of the...
She doesn't appear... back already?
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope. Neither the staff.
I agree. I walked around the hotel.
Well, I'll be... not so fast.
Are you suggesting we sit here and do nothing?
I wouldn't say they don't want to attract...
If I were family...
Of course, we don't...
A secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete...
I'm sorry.
How do we get into the VIP lounge?
This is where my street smarts come into play. You're the...
Yes,
We're the name we've been waiting. It's called...
I apologize.
Just...
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey,
As Donna's...
Oh,
If someone had reserved...
that's strange.
What should we do now?
No.
Well... what can I get?
Anything you recommend.
Then I would recommend...
This flavor.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel.
As long as you're satisfied.
Let's give the memo keeper another half system.
The situation is unclear. It's unusual for the follow.
Actually, as you know, isn't there a saying of
Talking. Do
that Acheron, like...
And you believe...
I'm not...
Anyway, unless...
Maybe it's people do stupid, but eons...
You think she pays...
It's much...
But in my opinion...
Oh.
Exactly. It's more about...
I don't know what you've been... That's why the galaxy... Just in case. I have a backup plan if the memo keeper doesn't shoot.
We sure have a lot of
Well, by the way...
What's your...
It's simple.
No need for that.
Wait. Are you getting scared?
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you...
Huh? As Donna's wife?
Ha ha. Looks like...
Looks like...
Oh, right. I'll be waiting for you on...
No mistake. That...
Well, looks like...
You're back? 2 guests just boarded.
Oh, just...
2 guests?
She's one of them. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express.
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust right now.
You are the memo keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana's White Oak. You sure have a refined taste.
Finally, memo keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the Garden of Recollection as a memo keeper. As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. I'm Acheron.
What? You Garden of Recollection shirtbag! You betrayed me!
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely, all of you.
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then, we can talk about trust.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and seems to be telling the truth.
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Dan Heng. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed, I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other, so this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise. To return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world. Raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist. Well, mortals who walk the path, and for some...
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstrellers. They emerge from the depths of IX, seeing themselves as masters of their own destiny, unknowingly repeating the actions of their past lives. They emerge from the nihility and head toward it, leading purposeless lives. However, as we were once, my dear
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. It was a brutal war. The unwavering determination of the Hunt followers persists even for me.
But you know, these sin...
Does this seem point? Well, some tasks have to be done, even if...
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility.
I see. Thank you, stranger.
Before we part ways, I have one. It is true that their actions and if this is what the department...
A good question. And a profound one. I don't know the answer. What I do know is that one day I too will pass away. I hope that when that day comes, someone will stand at my grave and place a bouquet of flowers.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, as I grew into adulthood, I left behind my childlike side.
I humbly request your blessings.
Come to me, my kinship.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, out of laziness.
Do you sincerely repent?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed all your sins?
Oh, yes.
Are you willing to accept the process of atonement?
Yes.
Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family, and you shall be reinstated among them. Now, please, leave in peace.
Oh, praise Sheepy. And thank you, esteemed advocate.
Next, please.
I wholeheartedly confess.
Rest assured, I have implored their presence to be—
Oh, great. No.
I see.
Well, my children, but the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down. I thought I—
The family is ready to forgive.
Oh, thank you.
Next, please.
Hey! Long time no see, Mr.
I have sought their presence.
Sure. Let's just get this. That's it. Nothing more.
Do you see
my sins? Starting to sound like you think nobody knows what your precious family has done? Before you start spouting on, well, I've spent enough time in confession today to enter the Harmony's paradise, right?
Oh, revered, who can judge, who can vouch for the weak, who can comfort if the strong, then...
Brother? Brother, are you all...
You've been working non-stop.
It has always been our, even if the negotiation does not go...
I'm relieved to see your determination. You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency...
Let's hope we...
Indeed.
It's about time.
Don't worry. I'll be...
It's Mr. Sunday! Hey! Come over here! Mister, if I just... But it's no... They told me...
Selling everything you have?
Why? It's better to be here.
Is this...
Oh.
Oh, yeah. See you around, Mr. Sunday.
What's up, sister?
This is the man we ran into. Even though sweet dreams are night...
I suppose you have a point.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually... People believe they have a... However...
Are you suggesting...
Exactly. The survival of the fittest. No tragedies exist here.
Perhaps that man is...
Yes. Seeing.
Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the Charmony Festival coming along?
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to...
You're too kind,
I can't stand being lonely or bored.
But if this went on forever... What?
Nah, not at all. Oh, every day you get to wear fancy clothes.
But you know that...
That's exactly why only in this sweet dream... And I wish you a fantastic...
Seems like that...
She had a valid point.
What you're trying to say is...
Well...
However, the paradise in...
No. In the The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking.
Oh, Robin. You're right.
A philosophical mind.
Oh, not at all, no.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, and then? They have. And I'm true. My physical body is now in the dream pool, sustained by life support. The me you see here is whole, rational, and no different from any other person. But I can't say the same for the me in my true appearance. Huh? I hope you never have to witness it, Robin.
So...
My world has been...
that old man's story.
That's precisely why
However...
there will be a way out.
Look what we have here. A lovely young... brother.
Show yourself.
I've heard that a...
Barely.
Now that you've had your...
What? No, you should be thankful.
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside and stop causing trouble for the Charmony Festival.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? You think I have no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, Chicken Wing Boy. But I'm pretty sure our lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under the banner of harmony. Hanakoni.
Stop it.
What's the rush, Chicken Wing Boy? Did I get to you?
Our paradise is none of your concern, masked fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe it? Well, I've done my part here. The last and it'll be thrilling. Bang!
I heard a raven cawing in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon. Let's wait here.
Okay. Seems like a lot has...
Well...
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much on your shoulders, brother. The paradise in our dream, Hanakoni, is not...
Remember the old man we...
That might be true, but... Even with that path may have been more ordinary and challenging. Is Hanakoni granting...
The future for humanity. You remember how we took...
Yeah. We took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers.
Well, shortly after you left...
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and
That's just sophistry. If that were true...
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream, in the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long...
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world... No more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister?
Mr. Gopher would. If I could become a chord master.
I see.
Don't you...
Of course I do. It's...
Then, let's build a stage then.
It's a deal.
Yeah, it's a...
Maybe.
You're back sooner than I thought. Any results?
Yes. And now...
But, pardon me if I sound... Why else would he have chosen to... Do you have the numbers?
Got any more in?
As I see it, Penacony is our right. We're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than...
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron. But the problem is... So, no one... What's that supposed to mean? So, I heard that before. As long as we clinch the... So, how do we go... to tell you the truth...
So they're still running it.
We'll follow Marge's plan.
I'm afraid I will...
Should we ever cross paths?
All right.
And Miss Firefly.
We've already come this...
This is also the spirit of the dream.
Oh, wow! They've really outdone themselves!
Behold! Here come 4 friends with spirit high and full of steel. Are you aspiring to be the superstars of the festival? Yes, you!
Excuse me, you four...
As the last group of contestants, how...
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview?
Your journey is long.
The sword and rose!
A knight's head is hard as steel.
People are pouring in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make way. Coming towards us now. Allow me to introduce...
Hello?
Can't hide it anyways. Hello, everyone! Hello, everyone!
Toad a bunch of names. Grab a bottle.
Is that all?
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This event is a miniature representation of that time known as the era filled with boundless possibilities. Nameless, you were once, during a particularly grueling, the dream-chasing era, I wholeheartedly... Haha, that's the...
Hello, everyone!
Trailblazing into the
I hope that by the end...
Oh,
Safety first.
waiting for you. Our hand in those are the rules.
Everyone, as Marge and I haven't known Miss Firefly for...
Fine by me. Let's... All right. I don't have a problem.
We'll split into the assigned groups then.
Welcome to in the school. Now, allow me to introduce the rules of this challenge to you. There are 3 stages. Your task is to also a bit.
Just take a you two. Envision that you're driving an old now, Mr. Greyhair. No, that's not. Very good. Very good. Suddenly, now, Miss. But at this moment, your partner yet gazes into the sky, both her eyes closed. Up next, you. I hope these tests.
Here, you two are required to skillfully picking up from where we left off. At this moment,
You seriously think that would make sense? The test now is about. You look less like you want to make.
right answer.
I'm.
A tug at the heartstring. You have no choice. The good.
It's totally giving up. Come back here. Get up. No one wins a trade war by.
Fantastic. Of course. However, the
Welcome to the final 2 companions many years late. Against the back, give it a shot. Your performance is... Cut! A mogul who went from... Huh? Brilliant! You're beautiful!
We have passed the test.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Protect me!
A will forged in ice never falter!
Blade of moonlight. From the lunar flame.
Who's next?
These are devils. I'll crush them all.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Is that all? A will forged in ice never falters!
A sharp scythe needs targets.
Huh? Go.
Look at the time!
That red hair can...
You'll find out if you have the option to now. Friends, welcome to the wonderful world created by the Watchmaker. It's said that the watch, like a skilled pilot, contestants, may you...
The trial of time.
The moon shines on the truth.
Will forged in ice never falters!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Blade of moonlight. In the lunar flame.
Get them! Thieves or devils! I'll crush them all!
Will forged in ice never falters!
In the lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
That statue. Did it just speak?
Same old tricks. These trifles are of no use to me. possessions.
Forged in ice, never falters! It'll heal.
Only a scratch.
Blade of Moonlight.
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
These trifles are of no use to me. Mere worldly possessions. These trifles are of no use to me. The moon shines on the truth. The lunar flame. Blade of Moonlight.
A will forged in ice, never falters!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I'll crush them all!
Who's next?
A will forged in ice never falters!
Blade of moonlight. In lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome. These trifles are of no use to me.
So, you guys are just like the other See? I'm just
Tick-tock! It's time...
Clocky?
In Dreamville, Clocky is every... You see, we're all clocks. We're family.
I came across a startling revelation. Just leave me be, Clocky. I just don't know how...
Oh, dear. Seeing it like this is utterly heart-wrenching. Don't worry, miss. Over here, my friends. Better use that hamster ball night speed. This must be one of the missing parts that Big Tinker needs. Tick-tock! Do I hear...
Wait! Is anyone there?
Oh, dear!
Is that Cookie?
A roasted bird?
A will forged in ice never falters!
Only a scratch.
Give me strength!
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
Who's next?
Blade of Moonlight. The lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Will forged in ice never falters!
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
The lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Will forged in ice never falters!
Who's next?
It'll heal.
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
Will forged in ice never falters!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
An inner self fragment belonging to the Sweet Dreams troupe? This is just too surreal. We've gathered all the missing parts. Let's hurry back. We don't want to keep Big Ticker waiting.
We're back! As long as you have... Whoa! It's working!
friends! Go forth, my friends!
It's all done! Victory is in sight! Let's head to the final stage.
It'll heal. A will forged in ice never falters.
Give me strength!
Blade of moonlight. From the lunar flame.
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
A will forged in ice never falters.
Who's next?
Is that all?
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Will forged in ice never falters.
In the lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
These are devils! I'll crush them all!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Will forged in ice never falters.
Not bad.
Congratulations to both of you! Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves. But, unfortunately, there is only one who can be Penacony's festive superstar. In the final stage, you will face welcome to the 33rd Scorch Set.
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Time well spent.
I'm with you.
The moon shines on the truth.
Are you...
That's right. If I'm not wrong, the Knights of Beauty are... Actually, Thank you, Knight of Beauty. We don't have much time left. May we meet again. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year. I, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony, and both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce.
Just as...
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities. Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence. Ultimately, only heroes like yourself. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer? A dystopia for the survival of the fittest? Or a sweet dream paradise for all?
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Ms. Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would...
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the charming...
This is indeed surprising to me. Do you have any...
I'd like to ask, did you really?
I would have never thought that this...
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the Dreamscape's safety.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do...
Ask you to beseech them.
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a...
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth. Just...
Oh, triple-faced soul.
Let us begin. There is nothing...
Understood? Question.
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you...
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith.
Just a moment.
What is it?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied... The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin. Embrace such a delicate...
Perfectly harmonized. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the... Though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters...
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment.
So this is...
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to...
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish...
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe. Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we...
Unbelievable. To think that...
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone. Smart kid. You're just as sharp.
If it is the order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin...
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much natural selection. The world of...
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon?
If Miss Himiko is interested, I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intention. So, come with me, everyone.
Huh?
Welcome. This isn't any location in...
That means...
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my... Now, everyone. From this point on, I believe after going through let's begin. This story happened when Robin and later on. Robin. That baby bird was tiny. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, its destiny. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Stick to the original plan, and build a cage for it, and I eagerly await your answer.
His intentions right now, but based solely on that question, I would probably choose to build that dove a cage. Even if I was gonna release it back into the sky, it'd have to be strong enough to fly first.
It looks like he really has no intention of imprisoning. Back to the question. No special reason. I do think... It looks like he... Back to the question. I would personally choose... No special reason.
That guy just casually throws this kind. If it were me, I guess I'd choose to build a cage for the little charm. After all,
I'm happy to see that you made a choice. We passionately nursed it back. I watched it for a long while. Finally, on the 137th, the fall shattered its wing. I deeply regret the choices we made. This story happened when I was it was during that period. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except that, to most people, the price he paid, I suppose you could say it was everything. He told me I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land, even his 2 children. He said he could not afford to raise them, and that at least they could eat if they lived as slaves. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. Alas, his plan to smuggle himself was somewhat clumsy, and he was sniffed out by those pig-headed hounds. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I was still too naive to the ways of the world. I did not anticipate that what I thought was a kind gesture would later lead to dire consequences. I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, I'd like you all to make a choice. Will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit, so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decisions. Who knows? Perhaps they might even alter the outcome of this tragedy.
A dream chaser story. If I acted out of kindness, I would probably ask the Bloodhounds to stop their but what?
This question, I'd probably choose to ask the Bloodhounds to cease their pursuit.
Illegal stowaway. He sold his kids to chase. With that thought, there's only one choice. Let the Bloodhounds send him back home. This person deserves to be punished.
This question, I'd probably choose to ask the Bloodhounds to cease their pursuit.
A dream chaser story. But what?
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same. First, the outcome. Now then. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was in the end. My heart as to your choice. And the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master, and as per his wish, we had a private conversation. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents, and it was a letter from my sister. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion, the Dream Master began to speak.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister containing mere trivialities?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue. Do you know where Robin is at this moment?
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
A stray bullet? What?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. To spread the word of the Harmony. And to save the lives of that planet. She personally made for the front lines. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies. Unfortunately, stray bullets show no such compassion.
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field hospital. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony, it didn't hit any vital arteries. Once you've attended to your outstanding tasks, it'd be advisable to write her back as soon as possible.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopherwood. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen? Robin?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. Likewise. I've prepared one because this is merely a figment. Would you still support Robin's journey?
I often feel like I've dreamt of similar scenes on certain nights. Their confusion and fear are lucid to me. If Mr. Sunday's question leaves you puzzled, with each trailblaze, dangers and...
Miss Robin's courage is admirable. But the fact that she is also Mr. Sunday's younger sister? No, I doubt he'd wish harm on his own flesh and blood, no matter how grand the ambition.
I can't believe that happened to Miss Robin. The strong defending the weak is a great mantra, but if I had... I can't believe that happened to Miss Robin. The strong defending the weak is a great mantra, but if I had to pay such a price...
Miss Robin's courage is admirable. And here I would, but the fact that she's also Mr. Sunday's younger sister? No, I doubt he'd wish harm on his own flesh.
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is at all. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes, yet still ask that external influences bear the burden. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison, a place dictated only by the rule of survival of the fittest. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility to return to their souls. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagana. Meanwhile, some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding one another, unencumbered by the chains of unwelcome obligations. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit, living a life of dignity. This is what it is to live in bliss. Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like a flawless theory.
But what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature, and from there, show compassion and protection.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. Yet you express compassion for all, even when your heart pities them. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our choice.
What is this place?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know, but...
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sale, so I thought you. I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it.
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, it's not surprising it appeared here. The question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is crucial to us. We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream bubble.
Alright, but there are doors all over the place. Which one should we choose? Do you have any idea, Misha?
I guess... maybe this way? I'm not entirely sure, but let's give it a try.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on your first try?
Weird. This place is quite different from the hotel. But if I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that hallway. Clocky and I used to sit by, and the room on the other side was the toy room. I loved spreading out all the toys from the box on the floor. Hold on. This doesn't make sense.
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain aspects of the past. Those memories haven't vanished. They're just lying in the depths of your mind. We can surely get them back. Since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall anything more?
Yeah, then let's...
Mikhail, that's the name. So, who is he talking to? Do you know anything about...
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmaker.
Anything special about that name?
Mikhail is...
Grandpa? Do you...
But we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. And could you tell us more about your grandpa, Mikhail?
Yeah, sure. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa, because every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures at sea.
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the Watchmaker. So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey. So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? Something very important. TikTok. I heard some noises from the...
You and Origami Bird?
Yeah. They follow Miss Mirror's orders.
Sailors?
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The compass is a ship bound for the New World.
That's a great story. But in the Pentagon...
Huh? Oh, weird.
Perhaps Clocky has...
I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the dream. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves, it feels...
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of... He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side.
You know? Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul.
Yeah, well, Grandpa was at home back then. I would ask him when I...
It seems this Mikhail...
Yeah, based on Misha's recollection.
But this raises more questions. Could this be... some...
I'm sorry. Perhaps I'll...
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
Up ahead is... Grandpa's study.
The atmosphere in this...
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky! Here!
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he described our world to ensure that everyone had land to settle on that day. I asked him if I could go with him.
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He said that he knew the...
A train?
It's the Astral Express. Then, he gave his pocket, he said. As long as the distant sound of a train with...
Exactly, Misha! And
yeah.
This is the dream jigsaw, right?
Do you remember?
Hey, the shape seems...
Looks like we're just one step...
Same old tricks.
This is it. This, while I spent my time waiting for here. I learned how to repair clockwork and gears.
So, this...
Yes, but not exactly. This dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks like you've
Wait! Why does it feel like everyone...
March, do you remember when he mentioned a clocky?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in...
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a child.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. His experience shows, and when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason... a mimetic life that can only be...
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew...
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait. No way!
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away? And the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacony?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind all this. It's best for Misha himself to explain all the details. How about we start with your name? No.
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. Now, I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system. Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply, if you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name.
So, you're the Watch...
Unfortunately, that legendary... As for the child who has been with you. And this also marked
At the end of the journey, I left this little. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize.
Because he was born with a desire to trade. I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it. And the one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's, but in the end, you found me. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that, now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For all I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child. And my hat to now. It's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision, although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this dream.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka.
Please don't go. And if you must...
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. Now go! Board that train and...
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was...
Well, it's hard. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen.
I see.
But I only know how to fix...
Don't worry. You've got what it takes.
Where are you going, Legwork? It's time to head to our next stop.
I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan.
I see. This place reminds you of home.
The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory, and still have a long way to go toward... Don't worry, not all journey...
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express for...
This is... Mr.
When he departed, he said, farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Russell.
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier.
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan?
But what will happen to Penacony if we... Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? We Nameless won't stop if I don't come back in one piece.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea.
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron...
Yes. I'm afraid there's no way out, and we'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker.
So...
desperate. Make sure to send an invitation to the Astral...
Misha! Where are you?
Oh, it's you. Last night, I had a long dream about...
Write it down?
Oh, so I won't forget.
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid?
Yes, but what I was a kid. And there was always... I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too.
Yeah. Every night.
But you know what? It wasn't until it was... So, your name should have been Compass, and the Watchmaker is...
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else. I've traveled far enough, and it's time for a little break.
Oh. So, we'll set out again. When you're rested?
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
This is... where it ends? You told me that the trailblazing
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that, Misha? You're acting weird today. If you're...
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork... Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape, but don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather, whether it's calming, happy, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze. Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on,
It is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore, and venturing even further. The Penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to Order.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or...
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake, if you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and
Unknown to each other, yet united in purpose, we make the same choices.
Living? That's all a big hustle and bustle. But life's all about savoring the moment.
Careful. Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams. Intuition, instinct. Training can sharpen them both.